Την εκπομπή χορηγεί η Σαμπιάνκο Properties.
Κυρίες και κύριοι, φίλοι συνδρομητές των καναλιών Cable Sports και όχι μόνο, καλησπέρα σας. Εκπομπή χωρίς VAR και απόψε μαζί σας, λίγο διαφοροποιημένη. Δεν θα είναι σαν τις άλλες, καθώς δεν θα έχουμε εδώ τον καλεσμένο μας, αλλά θα την απολαύσετε, είμαστε σίγουροι, καθώς θα γνωρίσουμε μαζί μέσω της συνέντευξης που πήρε ο συνάδελφος Ανδρέας Σταύρου, τον Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο, τον νέο υπεύθυνο του ποδοσφαιρικού τμήματος της Πάφος FC, που κακά τα ψέματα όταν το πρωτοακούσαμε και όταν το διαβάσαμε και δεύτερη και τρίτη φορά για να πιστέψουμε ότι αυτός ο ποδοσφαιράνθρωπος, αυτός ο τεράστιος πρώην ποδοσφαιριστής της Real, εκεί όπου αγωνίστηκε για 11 χρόνια, κατέκτησε 2 Champions League, είναι στην Κύπρο, έστω και από αυτό το πόστο του υπεύθυνου ποδοσφαιρικού τμήματος της Πάφος FC, μετά τις νέες αλλαγές εκεί στην ομάδα της Πάφου και τον Στίβ Κωνσταντινίδη να αναλαμβάνει την τεχνική ηγεσία, μετά τον Μιχαηλέγκο που αποτελεί παρελθόν. Ήρθε στην Κύπρο, τον έφερε η διοίκηση της παφιακής ομάδας για να αλλάξουν τα κακώς εκχόντα μέχρι στιγμής, γιατί διαφορετική ήταν η στόχη της ομάδας και τα προηγούμενα χρόνια και αλλού την βλέπαμε να τερματίζει. Θέλει και βάζει τον πύχη πολύ ψηλά μέσω και της πρόσληψης αυτής του Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο, και απόψε στην εκπομπή χωρίς VAR θα το γνωρίσουμε, θα μας τα πει έτσι πριν δούμε το πρώτο μέρος της συνέντευξης ο Ανδρέας ο Σταύρος, συνάδελφος. Ανδρέα, καλησπέρα καταρχάς.
Καλησπέρα Γρηγόρη.
Σε ζήλεψα πραγματικά, γιατί είχες την ευκαιρία και την τιμή να δεις από κοντά αυτό το ποδοσφαιρικό είδαλμα. Τον παρακολουθούσαμε στα παιχνίδια με την Real για 11 χρόνια, εκεί όπου διέπρευσε ως δεξί μπακ, έπαιξε με συμπαίκτες τον Μπέκαμ, τον Ζιτάν, τον Ρομπέρτο Κάρλος, τον Ραούλ.
Απίστευτη φουρνιά ποδοσφαιριστών.
Ναι. Τι σου άφησε έτσι, μιλώντας μαζί του? Μου είπες ότι ήταν πολύ ευχάριστος, πολύ απλός άνθρωπος και νομίζω από ό,τι μου είπες γνωρίζει που ήρθε.
Πρώτα απ' όλα αγαπά το ποδόσφαιρο και το ανέφερε και ο ίδιος στη συνέντευξη ότι χαίρεται που επέστρεψε, ότι έχει λείψει πολύ ο χώρος του ποδοσφαίρου και σε μια νέα θέση για τον ίδιο. Σίγουρα ξέρει πού ήρθε. Σε όσες ερωτήσεις και αν του έκανα, και από μόνος του αναφέρθηκε σε πολλά πράγματα, στην θέση που βρίσκεται η Πάφος, στους στόχους που υπάρχουν, στην στήριξη που έχει η ομάδα από τους πρόεδρους, τους Ρώσους επενδυτές. Ξέρει που έχει έρθει, έχει ένα συγκεκριμένο πλάνο και δεν είναι μόνο στο να κάνει την Πάφο πιο δυνατή στα επόμενα χρόνια, όσον αφορά με παίχτες, με μεταγραφές από το εξωτερικό. Όπως είπε και ο ίδιος, θέλει να βελτιώσει και το κομμάτι που λείπει, όπως ανέφερε, από την παφιακή ομάδα, το κυπριακό στοιχείο. Και αυτό μου έκανε ιδιαίτερη εντύπωση, το πόσο θέλει να δουλέψει και να βελτιώσει την Ακαδημία της Πάφου και γενικά το όλο θέμα με τους Κυπρίους στην ομάδα.
Μελέτησε και έδειξε διαβασμένος και ξέρει πάρα πολύ καλά και ποιοι είναι οι στόχοι, ποιοι ήταν οι στόχοι της ομάδας τα τελευταία 2-3 χρόνια. Δεν τα κατάφερνε. Πιστεύει, πώς τον είδες, ότι μπορεί να τα καταφέρει τα επόμενα χρόνια? Γιατί από φέτος δεν μπορούμε να πούμε ότι είναι αργά, μπορεί να καταφέρει να πετύχει το στόχο και να μπει στην εξάδα, αλλά είναι δύσκολο.
Ήταν και αυτό που αναφέρθηκε από τον ίδιο, ότι ο ρεαλιστικός στόχος είναι να μπει στην εξάδα η ομάδα. Αυτό θέλει, γιατί θα την βοηθήσει και μακροπρόθεσμα αυτό, γιατί θα το πετύχει για πρώτη φορά όσον αφορά και την νοοτροπία της Πάφου. Είναι θετικός προς αυτό το θέμα. Αναφέρθηκε ότι δεν είμαστε η Real Madrid της Κύπρου, αυτό που κράτησα από τα λεγόμενα όσον αφορά την Πάφο, αλλά είναι σημαντικό ότι πήγε σε μια ομάδα που έχει στόχο να δουλέψει σωστά με τη βοήθεια και των πρόεδρων, μια ομάδα που και ο κόσμος την στηρίζει, είναι πολύ υποστηρικτική οι οπαδοί της Πάφου προς την ομάδα και ζουν το ποδόσφαιρο. Είναι θετικός προς αυτό το στόχο, όπως είπα.
Τι άλλο κράτας από το πρώτο κομμάτι? Χωρίσαμε σε 2 μέρη τη συνέντευξη. Τι άλλο σου άφησε έτσι και σου έκανε εντύπωση από τα λεγόμενα του?
Τα λόγια που είπε για τον Ονίβα Λαγκάρη, τον ποδοσφαιριστή που από την περσινή χρονιά όταν ήρθε μας άφησε όλους άφωνους με τις επιδόσεις του και γενικά το τι κάνει μέσα στο γήπεδο, νεαρός Φιλανδός. Είπε πως με πολλή ευκολία, αν βελτιώσει και αυτός κάποια πράγματα στο παιχνίδι του, μπορεί να παίξει στην Ισπανία σε μια καλή ομάδα. Όπως είπε και ότι θα είναι παίκτης κλειδί στο επερχόμενο Euro για την εθνική ομάδα της Φινλανδίας, ο Όνι Βαλακάρη. Στην ερώτηση που του έκαναν, έχει σκοπό να τον κρατήσει στην ομάδα. Σίγουρα είπε ότι είναι στόχος να τον κρατήσει έτσι ώστε να τον βοηθήσουμε να βελτιώσει και ο ίδιος ακόμη περισσότερο τα χαρακτηριστικά του. Αλλά αν έρθει κάτι καλό, δεν θα σταθούν εμπόδιο έτσι ώστε να πάει σε μια καλύτερη ομάδα. Αλλά μου έκανε ιδιαίτερη εντύπωση η αναφορά του στο συγκεκριμένο παίχτη.
Είμαστε έτοιμοι λοιπόν, πάμε να παρακολουθήσουμε το πρώτο μέρος αυτής της συνέντευξης που πήρε ο Ανδρέας Σταύρου. Επισκέφθηκε εκεί στην Πάφο τον Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο. Ευχαριστούμε την διοίκηση της ομάδας που μας έδωσε την ευκαιρία να έχουμε αυτή τη συνέντευξη από αυτόν τον ποδοσφαιράστροπο, τον πολύ μεγάλο πρώην ποδοσφαιριστή. Είπαμε 11 χρόνια στη Real, 3 και στην Blackburn, στην Premier League. Άρχισε την καριέρα του από την Θέλτα, έχει πάρα πολλές εμπειρίες, μεγάλες εμπειρίες με τις δύο κατακτήσεις με τη Real του Champions League και σίγουρα είναι μεγάλη τιμή για όλους μας και είναι χαρά μας που τον έχουμε έστω και αυτό το πόστο στην Κύπρο. Πάμε να τον γνωρίσουμε καλύτερα.
Well, Mr. Salgado, I would like to welcome you in Cyprus. You took the decision to start a new chapter in Paphos FC as a sports director. How excited you are about that new challenge?
Well, really happy because you know it's my first role as a sports director, and to be honest, in a country that I know that people are crazy about football. So yeah, I think it's a big step for me. I made the decision really quick, you know, due to the situation of Paphos, you know, in the league, and to try to reach the target, you know, for this year. Only 3 games to go to try to, at least, you know, we're going to fight to be 6th. That's the real challenge, although it's going to be complicated, you know, due to the last results. But this is not a project for a short term, it's a project for a long term, you know, and what I like from Paphos is that you know, I know the city, they support the club really well. I know what the owners, you know, invested in infrastructure, making this club really a good place to work, you know, for the future. And the idea of the owners as well to make this club something big in Cyprus, you know. So in the end, I like the project. And for me, it's a way to get back into the pitch, you know. I miss a lot the pitch. I miss a lot, you know, the smell of the grass. Now is the moment to get back to football, you know. So, you know, I'm really happy to be back.
So, from your words, I understood that Paphos is the best place now, and for you personally to.
For me, yes, because it's not, you know, of course, you know, going into the big leagues like Spain, Italy is a lot of pressure, you know, from the very first moment. I think it's good to learn to go, you know, gradually. And I think Cyprus right now, I think is the 14th league in Europe. So
yes,
it's a really, really good league that is growing up in terms of quality. As I said, the passion is there from the fans. I think it's really important. I know the situation around with the COVID is complicated, where you cannot see the fans on the pitch. But anyway, things are going to come back. And I like to go to a place where first I can work on a long project. I can work with an idea to improve something, to make something good, and that's the idea of Paphos. And at the same time, I can work in a place where the passion for football is in there, you know. And I think Cyprus has all these ingredients right now, with the football, you know, growing up and being better and better. Always teams in Champions League, you know, like Apoel so many years, and of course with a lot of foreign players. Even Spanish players coming to this league in a big amount, because they feel now that the Cyprus League is worth it in terms of quality and in terms, as I said, in terms of you know, support from the fans and support, you know, from the clubs.
Mm-hmm. So from your experience during your football career playing for Real Madrid, a big club in the whole world.
Kind of big club, no, the biggest one.
Yes. One of the.
No, the biggest.
The biggest.
In
so,
numbers, yes.
So, from your experience and your success during your football career, do you believe that the players of Paphos will follow your success in your career and
Well,
I mean to inspire them to achieve the targets of the team.
well, we need to be very clear. Right now, we are not the Real Madrid of Cyprus. We are not the Barcelona of Cyprus. You know, there are a lot of things that have more history. You know, and they are used to being there all the time. You know, challenging from the title and even playing Champions League. That's the reality. What we want to do is working together and working wisely to get there, to be a club and a team in the future that is going to work and is going to be in the mix to win the title every year. That's what we want. It's not going to be easy because in the end, history is history. But we have the ingredients, we have the support from the owners, we have the idea, and and now the infrastructure as well to try to get there. So that's what I want. Of course, we cannot say that we're Real Madrid because in the end, we didn't show anything so far. And the good thing is that in the last 2 years, everything is improving in Paphos, and I think we have to go gradually getting there. So as I said, yes, I'm coming from Real Madrid, where Real Madrid, the pressure is the biggest in the world. You cannot be second. There's only one way, and it's being champions and it's winning games. Every single game you play, even if it's a friendly, there is no friendly in Real Madrid. And what I'm trying to do is, of course, doing the right selection of the players, doing the right, making the right decisions on the sports side, on the football side, but at the same time trying to bring my knowledge, my experience in football, and of course my winning and my character, my winning mentality and my character, my personality. If I can influence the players in some way, I think it can be really positive for the club.
We saw that throughout the last years, Paphos and in summer, and especially in January, they are too late to make any transfers. What is your strategy to change that fact?
Well, I just landed, so of course I need to analyze a little bit more the club, because I had only 2 days to analyze the club and analyzing the players, analyzing even as you said the last year, what the changes are from the last year to this year. But of course, our idea is to make a really competitive squad for the next year. But in the end, I will have to work in these next 2-3 months, not only the next year. The first target is trying to be 6th because we still have the chance to be. So until the last minute, we're going to fight for it. If we are not, of course, we need to work on a really tough, relegation battle because everything is too tight. I can see that the level, let's say the distance between the teams is not really big. Even from the top team right now,
this season the championship is very competitive.
Yeah, very competitive. Last game we showed that. I think we were better than Limassol in the first half. I really like the team in the first half. In the second half, I think we lost the battle in the first 10 minutes. And it's Limassol is a team that they have not physically they are really strong. They have really great players outside. And well, what I could feel is that the distance to get there is not too much, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, I could feel that the competition in Cyprus is big, is massive, from the bottom team up to the top team. The distance is really low right now. So that's the first thing I felt in Cyprus as soon as I arrived in here, that small details make the difference. Then I'll have to, first of all, I have to plan everything for the next season, but bearing in mind that our main target right now is finishing finishing this season with a good mentality, finishing this season knowing our players, knowing our squad, knowing the players that we can count on for the next year. And at the same time, I would like to have a look a little bit, to the local players as well. I think what I feel is that we miss something in there. We don't have enough local players, Cypriot players. Even I need to have a look as well in the under-19 team. We need to see if we can make a second team as well to play in second division or third division.
Okay.
We need to, I think, in the end, I need to push not only the first team, I need to push the whole club, the whole structure a little bit more. So my plan is not only the first team. My plan is making a strong second team, and a strong under-19 team, and a strong academy.
So from what you said, and you said lots of things, I understand that your plan is to grow the whole family of Paphos, because not only the first team and the academy. Do you have in mind to bring to bring many players from youth, or to look in other separate players from other teams, because we have many good players?
I think we have to keep the balance always, you know. And but yes, for me, first of all, I want to make our academy strong, our second team is strong as well. Yeah, we're going to sign a lot of young players, promising players from around the world. I think we can control the international market, but for me, it's very important to empower the local market. I think we are missing something in that. In the end, we are playing in Cyprus. We are playing this, you know, the Cyprus League. And if your idea is in a medium future or in a short future to play Europa League, or trying to qualify and play in the playoffs and trying to be in there, you need to have a strong local players, because you need 8 at least, you know what I mean? So it's something that I can see that in the first team now we are missing a little bit. That's my first thing that we are missing. Yes, we are missing different things, but in the end I like the squad. You know, I think that we have players with a lot of quality. Oni Balakari is an amazing player. For me, he's a player that can be in Spain in a short while, playing in a good team. I hope that we can help him out, you know, to make him an even better player. So in the end, I'm really happy with the squad that we have. We'll try to improve that, but as a matter of concern right now, having a look to the squad in only 2 days, I think we miss the local market. We need to look into it. We need to be a little bit more stronger in the local market.
You said about Oni Valagari, he impressed us a lot during last season, and for sure on summer maybe he has some.
Yes, but yeah.
Are you willing to keep him for the next years?
I'm willing to keep him. You know, okay. Actually, I want to keep him, but it's going to depend on the financial. We need to be honest with you. The Euros are in there, and I think it's going to be a key player for Finland. He's going to be in there. The quality he has, you know, with his left foot, the shot from a long distance is unbelievable. The vision of football, but not only that, I was really impressed in all the games, not only with his quality, with his technique, which is amazing, but normally when we are talking about a technical player, you don't get from technical players the great work that you can get from Valakari. It's amazing.
You mean he knows what to do with the ball?
He's a hard-working player as well. You know, he sacrifices himself in defense. He can play. He was playing as a holding midfielder, and running every single game 12 kilometers more than anybody. And I think he's a player to play more in the hole, you know, because he's the link between the midfielders and the attacking players. He's the perfect player to be there. But he doesn't care, you know. He doesn't mind if he plays as a holding midfielder. He works really hard, and he puts everything on the pitch. So I think he has all the things, you know, to be a successful player. You know, the mentality, the character, the technical part, the technical side, the vision in football. Yesterday, you know, the pass, you know, we missed a really clear chance with Murphy.
The assist, yes.
But the passing from Valakari is unbelievable. You know, he can see the pass, you know, 3 seconds before it happens, which is something not easy. So if you are asking me to keep in, yeah, I want to try. I want to try to keep in. But in the end, the market is a market. If a big offer is going to come, it's not only for us. You know, it depends on on his future as well. We don't want to cut his future. Anyway, he's comfortable in here. We'll try to get a new contract for him to be sure that he's happy with us. And then we'll find the right moment to move him into another level. I think, you know, he has a clear idea to stay in Paphos, you know, to build himself as a player a little bit more. I think this country and this team is the perfect one for him right now, to stay a little bit more longer. To develop himself. To develop, you know, him as a player a little bit more, and then he will, you know, will find the right time to get him. I know that there were offers already, and some teams are approaching us, you know, to get Valakari. But you know, I don't want to rush. And if the player doesn't want to rush, I think we can keep in, and he's going to be the important player we want.
Okay. From the youngsters, the Cypriot players, are you impressed with somebody, because you are 2 days in Cyprus, but from what you see, are you happy from a specific player?
I couldn't see too much, you know, because I want to go to the training session of the under-19. I didn't have time to do it. Actually, my plan is going today. I know that in the competition they haven't been performing, or at least getting the results they wanted. So I need to check a little bit more to talk, you know, to have a clear idea, and maybe. What I can say right now is not really accurate until I see them more and I see them competing a little bit more. You know, it's a shame that because of the COVID we couldn't train with the little ones, because I wanted to check on the little ones.
It was a problem. Yes.
They're gonna start right now, but it's still only five aside. You know, small groups. So I'm gonna check on the under-19 to try to make a strong team for the next year. As I said, maybe we have in mind to bring up to put together a second team as well. And as I said, one of my targets right now, one of my hard ideas in my mind is empowering the local market and the academy.
Okay, and before we go on a break, I would like to ask you one thing you said before. Paphos needs to go to the top 6 during this season. Do you believe that if Paphos make it to get to the top 6, and it will be the first time throughout the years, do you believe that this will be helpful for the mentality of the team?
Definitely, you know, there is a big difference between playing for the title.
And I mean for next years.
Yeah, although, yeah, first thing is, you know, the short term. If we play for the play, you know, for the title, and we can reach the 6, you know, and we play that playoff, our mentality, our belief is going to be different, you know, and actually that's what I said to the players. You know, you need to try until the last minute to be in there, because that's what you want to. You don't want to play for relegation. Our idea, our target from the very first moment, at least the idea of Paphos and the target of Paphos for this year is finishing top 6. You know, I know that going there for the title is too early. It's not going to happen. But right now we have three games to go. I think we still have the chance. So we still depend on us. Although it's complicated to, you know, winning three games back to back with our you know, last spell of results, it looks complicated. But yesterday I saw some kind of sparkly moments and good distance between the lines. I saw in the first time a really good team playing against a great team like Limassol. So I think we can make it. At least we're going to try until the last minute. It would mean a lot for us, because playing for the relegation, I think, is going to be shocking for the team, for the squad, in the first game of the playoff. So, but then, as you said, what it means for the next step is too much. You know, if we can play this playoff, we will be more relaxed, we will play better, and we will work with more. We'll be more relaxed to plan the next year, actually, and our mentality after getting, if we get the 6, it will be bigger, and because it's the first time, you know, as a team for so many years they achieve something like that, you know, Paphos. So yes, it will be capital for us. It will be capital for us, and for me as well. It will be more relaxed the job. But anyway, this is football. We have to go. As Simeone says, is you can only count on one game, you know. But as I say, little by little, let's talk about the next game. Let's try to win it, and then the job will be done in the next months.
Okay. Αυτά λοιπόν στο πρώτο μέρος. Όντως, αυτά που μας είπε και ο Ανδρέας ο Σταύρου είναι αυτά που ακούσαμε. Φαίνεται και από τον τρόπο που μιλάει πόσο απλός άνθρωπος και πόσο κολακευτικά είναι αυτά που λέει για όποιον μίλησες και απάντησε με όλη αυτή την άνεση, αυτές τις ερωτήσεις που του έκανες.
Και πέραν τούτου, ξέρει που ήρθε, γιατί αναφέρθηκε και στο επίπεδο κυπριακού ποδοσφαίρου, το πόσο αναπτύσσεται τα τελευταία χρόνια και στην θέση που έχει η Κύπρος τη 14η όσον αφορά στην Ευρώπη, και ήταν κάτι πολύ σημαντικό ότι γνώριζε όλα αυτά για το κυπριακό πρωτάθλημα και πόσο αναπτύσσεται τα τελευταία χρόνια.
Μάλιστα. Πάμε διάλειμμα, μείνετε μαζί μας, επιστρέφουμε για το δεύτερο μέρος της συνέντευξης του Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο.
Πέψης και ιός, διαχωρισμοί οικοπαίδων. Παρουσιάζει οικόπεδο προς πώληση στην περιοχή του ΓΑΣΥΠΗ 159.000 ευρώ με ποιότητα, εμπιστοσύνη και εγγυημένους τίτλους ιδιοκτησίας σε συνεργασία με τη Σαμπιάνκο Properties.
Επιστρέψαμε, κυρίες και κύριοι, στην εκπομπή μας χωρίς VAR. Είπαμε και πριν, διαφορετική από τις προηγούμενες, καθώς ο καλεσμένος μας δεν είναι εδώ. Τον παρακολουθούμε μέσω της συνέντευξης που του πήρε ο συνάδελφος ο Ανδρέας Σταύρου. Παρακολουθήσαμε ήδη το πρώτο κομμάτι, στο οποίο είπε αρκετά και σημαντικά. Στο δεύτερο μέρος θα δούμε και θα παρακολουθήσουμε επίσης ενδιαφέροντες απαντήσεις και τοποθετήσεις από τον Ισπανό, τον Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο, τον νέο υπεύθυνο του ποδοσφαιρικού τμήματος της Πάφος FC. Ακούσαμε τι είπε και στο πρώτο μέρος και για το ΑΠΟΕΛ, γνωρίζει πάρα πολύ καλά και για την θέση της Κύπρου που μας είπε πριν. Μίλησε και για το τεχνικό κομμάτι, για τους ποδοσφαιριστές, το ρόστερ, αυτά θα τα δούμε στο δεύτερο μέρος, καθώς και πολλά άλλα που είπε σε σένα.
Είπε πως όσον αφορά το ρόστερ είναι ευχαριστημένος με όσα είδε και στο παιχνίδι που έδωσε η ομάδα του την προηγούμενη αγωνιστική. Και φυσικά η στήριξη που υπάρχει προς τον Στίβ Κωνσταντινίδη, και δεν ήταν μόνο αυτό, αναφέρθηκε και σε άλλα πράγματα. Στην ερώτηση που του έκανα κατά πόσον ποια είναι η στρατηγική του για μια ομάδα στην Κύπρο, που είναι συχνό φαινόμενο να αλλάζει πολλούς προπονητές, και νομίζω η απάντηση που έδωσε ήταν η καλύτερη. Είναι εύκολο να ρίξεις το φταίξιμο σε ένα προπονητή παρά να αλλάξεις μια ομάδα που έχει 24 ποδοσφαιριστές. Ναι. Αναφερόμενος σε αυτό
το συμβόλαιο του είναι για ένα χρόνο ή μέχρι το καλοκαίρι?
Είναι μέχρι το καλοκαίρι, αλλά μίλησε και για μακροπρόθεσμα πλάνα που έχει και για τους πρόεδρους, την στήριξη ξανά που υπάρχει από την ομάδα και το γεγονός ότι κάνουν πράξη όσα λένε και δεν είναι μόνο λόγια.
Νομίζω να πω στον ίδιο αν θα συνεχίσει να δουλεύει στην Κύπρο και στην Πάφο, και δεν εξαρτάται αν θα τον κρατήσουν. Γνωρίζουν όλοι πάρα πολύ καλά ποιος είναι αυτός ο ποδοσφαιράνθρωπος, Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο. Προχωρούμε λοιπόν, πάμε στο δεύτερο μέρος της συνέντευξης του νέου Ισπανού υπεύθυνου του ποδοσφαιρικού τμήματος της Πάφος FC, Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο.
You said lots of things before. I saw you talking with Mr. Steve Constantinidis, the new coach of the team. Which are your first thoughts talking with the new coach of the team?
No, I told him that he has our support. Right now it's a difficult time. He got the team with no time to work with the team. He didn't choose the players in the start of the season. So we need to be very clear about it. Now it's about being professional. Now it's about working with the team that we have, with the squad that we have, that I think is really good, actually. Maybe we missed something up front a little bit, but anyway, this is the squad we have. We've been through some injuries as well. The mentality of the players and the way they approached the game yesterday was the right one. So we need to keep working like that. That's what I said to the coach.
So your opinion, as I understand from your words, is that you liked a lot the team and from the game against Israel. Are you a fan of offensive or defensive football?
Obviously offensive. I like offensive.
Because you were a defender.
Yeah, I play a defender, but I play a defender only as professional. Actually, I play my first game as defender. It was in my second year of professional. I never play as a defender. Actually, I didn't like to defend. But one coach told me, you want to be an average midfielder or want to be one of the best right backs in the world? When I was 21 years old and I was in the first team, I was young, I didn't want to play at the back, but in the end he was right. He was right. No, I like offensive football. Actually, I like systems that are really offensive. In the end, you can work with different systems as long as you are on the pitch organized to play offensively. It doesn't matter the system, So yes, we're going to look into the offensive system. Maybe we're missing more players in the offensive area than we are missing in the defensive area, to be honest. So we need to find the balance in there. But I hope that I can bring in the future an offensive Paphos team. That's my idea. That's my idea. I don't know if I can achieve it. Sometimes in football, people promise a lot of things. That's why I don't like to promise things. What I can promise is hard work. And what I can promise is that my idea in football, and that's why the owners brought me, is to bring offensive football. So we need to find the right football players to play that offensive football.
Could we see in Paphos players from La Liga or Premier League, because you played in both leagues?
Yes, I played so many years in the Spanish league and 3 years in the Premier League. And yes, that's our idea as well, to try to convince players to come to Cyprus. Why not? The good thing is that we have the support from the owners, financially. Let's be honest, you know. I think
that's a big step.
That's a big
for
step.
the team.
That's a big step. You know, we have the support. It's a big step, and the owners are guys that they are not promising things. They are doing things. They are making things happen. What I mean is, when they arrive, they promise that they will come in here and making a winning team. But they started, you know, from the basic, which is first of all building this. It's amazing to see this sports city, and you know we are going to update even, you know, more the facilities. We're going to go for a new stadium. So in the end, not many teams in Spain can say that they have these facilities. To be honest,
training center, you mean?
Training center, yeah, facilities in the overall, and the idea of the new stadium and everything. So I think the Paphos fans, they should be really happy with everything planning here, you know. As I said, for me, it's good that we can have that support. Of course, we are not Real Madrid. we are not going to have that budget. But yes, the good thing is as well that financially, some clubs in Spain are struggling, you know, as well. So we can attract, we can lure. If we can convince the players that Cyprus is a good place to play football right now, that the league is growing up, I think we can do something. Of course, we can achieve something in terms of bringing players, attracting players from the Premier League and from the Spanish La Liga. You have the sample with Puncheon, you know.
He's a great player, Jason
so
Puncheon.
I played Crystal Palace, you know, at a great level. I play against him at a great level in England, and he's in here. So yeah, why not? Why not? I think it would be really good for, not only for us, for the league, for the development of the league. To do steps forward. Yeah, as well. The whole league. And even for our academy, I think, you know, our youth teams, they have to look up into the first team, and if they see players with quality, they can learn a lot of them, you know, from them. Inspiration. So inspirationally as well is another point. So yes, why not? We'll look into all the markets. Okay. So from what you said, I understand that your plan is to bring players from big leagues and after 30 years old, players that will inspire the youngsters and to give something. Well, we'll find the balance, you know. I'm not saying that we're going to bring only experienced players, you know, because I think there are really good players that I can control in Spain, that they are young, and they can come on loan. So I cannot tell you right now. We need to find the balance, of course, you know, and between the experienced players, the core. I think it's important to have a core in a dressing room. That's very important. We need to achieve a core. It doesn't matter how nationalities we have, but we need a core. We need 4, 5, 6 players that in the end they are the strong core of the team, because in bad times you need those players, you know. That's my experience. So it's not a matter of signing players right now 31 or 18, 19. First of all, we need to, you know, to build the spine of our squad, of our team, and that's my first job. So you need players that on difficult times they will be leaders. Yes. For the others. Yes. Okay. And then, you know, we build up, you know, the team around them. That's my idea. Yeah. Okay. Let's go now to another fact, because here in Cyprus we are doing something different than other countries, especially in Premier League. We are changing so many coaches, and what is your opinion on that fact? And if you believe that Paphos during this period, because they changed some coaches, if it was bad for the team? Well, you know, when you change coaches, it's because you are not getting to the real target you plan in the start of to the season. Changing coaches is not good. It doesn't matter how, it's not good. I was in Εβδομαδιαία as well in 1 year when we changed 3 managers, like it happened in Paphos. But in the end, football is like that. You cannot change 24 players in the middle of the season. The only chance is blaming the coach. Or sometimes it's not even blaming the coach.
It's the easiest decision.
Sometimes it's not even blaming the coach. Sometimes you need a reaction. Sometimes you need a change. And the only way is changing the coach. You cannot change the 24 players. That's the bad thing, for the, in being a coach. You are a lonely guy that you will always be blamed and not really appreciated, But, we need to try to find the right coach. But even I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, I signed only until the end of the season. So I'm going to be planning. I don't know what's going to happen after the end of the season. I'm going to try to build up everything as I can, in here. I think I'm going to be really comfortable in Paphos, as I can see. But I will have to decide, in the summer what I'm going to do. But right now, first target for me is clarifying the situation for this season. That's why I was brought in, and to help out, to build the team for the next year. Yes, as I said, we need to find a coach that can stay with us on a long term. We need to find a coach that can come with us and work together to build up the whole system, not only the first team, the whole system. He has to be linked not only with the first team but with the second team. He has to know a little bit more the academy, and we'll help him out, to do so. Yes, finding the right coach is another very important part in a club that is targeting to get there. Let's see what happens. But this season we have to say that we couldn't reach our target so far, and they changed the coach, the manager 2 times, which is no good. So I hope that Steve, he has now our support to try to get us there into the top 6, and if not, we'll fight, to be safe as soon as possible and working on the next year.
And let's go now. Your career, in your career, your period as a football player, I have some questions to do with for you. Well, I think that your first appearance for the Spanish national team was in 1998 against Cyprus.
Yes.
For the European qualification,
yes.
European Championship. What did you like the most from the first game you played?
It was a dream for me. First of all, it was a dream for me when they called me for the national. It's like you make a dream come true, Actually, it was after the World Cup. To be honest, the performance from Spain in the World Cup in France, it was not good. Fans, they were really upset. The atmosphere around the team was not really good with the media as well. But I had won the Euros under 21 just 1 week before the World Cup. I was in the mix to go to the World Cup with the first team or staying with the under 21. In the end, I stayed with the under 21. We won in Romania the Euros, and it was amazing for me. And then I went to the World Cup 1998 as a fan. I was there. I remember to be in the hotel when Spain played against Bulgaria. But I couldn't imagine that I would be, after that game, playing for the national team, for the senior national team, making my debut. And that was, that happened. It was after the summer, after the pre-season. They called me as a second, option, right back, for that game, because by then Chapi Ferrer and Aguilera were the first options. But the coach called me as a second option, and then the first option got injured during the training session, so he told me that I was going to make him my debut. It was a difficult time, as I said. The atmosphere was not really good, not really positive, for the coach. He had some really bad feelings, with the media. The fans, they were complaining a lot as well about the situation of the team. That was Javier Clemente. But in the end, he gave me the chance to play that first game in Cyprus. It was a difficult one as well because because of the World Cup we started the league really late in September. So we came to play in Cyprus. I remember it was hot, and we had only the pre-season. We couldn't play one game in league before that game. So we were surprised by the physicality of the Cypriots, by the courage of the Cypriots in that game. We're missing as well midfielders, but in the end they were a fair winners of that game. It was something historical for them. I cannot remember that game as the best one because of the result, but to be honest, I will have always in my mind that game because it was my first game with the national team.
That's true. And let's go to Real Madrid. What was the feeling playing with the Real Madrid shirt and under the lights of Santiago Bernabeu?
Well, that's when you reach, the top of your career, the top of something that you dreamed, since you were a kid. I think when you go to Real Madrid, there is nothing bigger than that. So you reach the top, and there are so many changes. Of course, I came from Celta Vigo, with they paid by then. It was a record fee for a defender in Spain. 12 million, so the pressure was in there, of course, as a right back. And when you arrive, you change a small city for a big city. You change a small club for the biggest one in the world in terms of pressure. And you feel that as soon as you step into the club, you feel that, and that's something that you need to do in a club that wants to be a winner. You step into the club, and from the very first worker in the club, the first one that is saying, welcome to the club, you can feel that the mentality is winner, that you cannot lose. So all the people working in Real Madrid have the same mentality together, that they are working in a team where losing is not an option. So that's the first thing I felt when I stepped into Real Madrid. Even from the guy that is taking care of the clothes,
everyone,
they are winners. Everyone, they realize that they are in a club with a lot of demands and with a lot of pressure. So your life changes every single day. It's not only the pressure on the pitch, it's the pressure off the pitch, it's the pressure for your family, that they are not used to that one, to be on the news all the time. They talk about your family as well. So even big players like Zidane, they struggle a lot, they struggle in the first years. So it was a difficult moment, but I got used to it. The good thing for me is that it helped a lot that the core of the team, I knew them, Raúl, Morientes, Manolo Sanchez, Fernando Hierro. I knew all of them because I was playing with them already in the national team. So everything was easier for me in some way. I arrived to the team, but the captains, they already knew me, So that helped a lot for me, to get used to that. And actually, our first 5 months, they were terrible, in league. We had to play this World Cup in Brazil, and it was a disaster, and it affected us, to the league itself. Then we recovered in the last 3 months to win the Champions League, which was unbelievable in my first year winning the Champions League. As I told you, when I look back into my time in Real Madrid, I can say that I'm a privileged person, that I have played for Real Madrid, and I have been important. I'm in between the best 25, the 25 players with most games played, with most appearances played in Real Madrid.
And the famous Galacticos team.
Yeah. And
was it difficult?
No, it was easier than the people think. In pressure, yes, but I think I couldn't think of a team where I could enjoy more playing football and training every day. It was unbelievable to train with those guys every single day and to play with them. It's not, maybe we didn't have that strong mentality and personality like the team that won the 3 Champions League back-to-back, but we had something different individually, and in terms of entertainment, our team was fantastic. Out of this world. We can analyze if we won trophies or not, but yes, we won trophies because I think they're wrong. They call Galacticos era only when Beckham came, but we already had the Galactico era before, and
with Figo, Ronaldo.
Yeah,
yes.
before Del Bosque. I think the turning point is when Vicente Del Bosque and that season, that summer, when Vicente Del Bosque, Fernando Hierro, and Michele leave the team. that was the turning point for us, and we struggled a lot, you know, after that, you know. But I said, it's impossible to enjoy a team like I enjoyed that one. I was like, oh my God, every single day, like watching, you know, looking at them and training with them, and
it was a great experience.
It was for me one of the greatest teams I ever seen in my life.
Your hardest rival, in your opinion, you faced?
In terms of player, you mean?
Yes.
I think, you know, well, being a right back in Real Madrid is complicated because you have to defend one-on-one 90 minutes against the best players on the other side, the best players of the world. I think I managed really well all the players in a balance. Of course, you know, you have some bad days, but I had more good days than bad days. I would say individually, Ronaldinho was amazing to watch. Messi, I never faced him because he was on the other side. Vicente, the left winger of Valencia, was unbelievable as well because he was a kind of winger, you know, really good and dribbling the ball stuck, you know, his feet, which makes it really difficult. You come, you know, taking on you with the ball under total control. He can go outside, he can go inside. The cross was fantastic, so he was a difficult player to stop. I would say as well, Giggs, although I have a good record with him in the two ties we play against, but you could feel that he was a top player, world-class player. Maybe these three, I can tell you more, you know, but you know, these three are really, really good.
Okay, and in your opinion, because you played alongside great players, you faced great players. In your opinion, which is the best in the world?
You know,
in all time
that I play against, so for
in all time, and what you see after ending your career.
In all times, for our generation, Maradona is the biggest one. You know, everybody that has born between the 70s and the 90s, I think Maradona is our. I think he was our inspiration, and actually, football now is different because football now is not happening on the streets, even in countries like you know, like Argentina, Brazil, and even in Spain. In the past, it was the players they were coming from the street, and the only way to get out of the streets it was football. You know, right now
football was different back then.
Now the kids, they go into the system, they go into the clubs when they are 6, 7, 8 years old, and they are taught, you know, to play into that system. We are losing a little bit, you know, the individual thing, to allow the kid, you know, to express himself since you know, when they are really young. We are losing that one. Even in Brazil, they are losing it. We don't find a lot of players right now like in the past on the, you know, one-on-one really good and skillful. We are losing those kind of players. Maradona was our inspiration. He was the one to show us that from the street, from nothing, we could go in there and making our dreams come true and becoming professional footballers, you know, and in the end getting away from things like drugs and so many things that in the 70s, 80s they were in there on the streets. So for me, Maradona meant everything. I was a privileged guy as well because I worked with him in the last 3 years in Dubai. But let's say in the last 20 years, in the last 2 decades, you have to say that we had two amazing players challenging each other. I cannot take one. Yes, I can pick Cristiano Ronaldo because I play with him and he's my friend. But to be honest, it's gonna be difficult to see two players at that level for one or, you know, for 2 decades. It's gonna be difficult to find players like Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo.
They broke all the records, actually.
Very. And another one that I think he was out of this world. It was Ronaldo Nazario. That was the best striker I've ever seen. The phenomenal. He was, you know, as I said, unbelievable. You know, incredible. He played with us 3 years. He was out of football for 2 years, and he came back after 2 years with his knee. And again, he was the best player of the World Cup, and he won the World Cup. You can do only this if you are something different, you know?
Out of planet.
Yeah, out of this planet. Yeah, and that's Ronaldo. So for me, I have some idols like Zico in my time and Schuster because I was, and he was my coach and I won a league with him. But if you tell me the best one, Maradona, and now I think we need to be very proud of having Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo in football in the last 20 years, to watch them, challenging each other in every single game. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. We were talking about Mbappe and so many players. Of course, we'll have surprises, from kids coming in. But difficult to find players like Messi and Cristiano. And then, as I said, Ronaldo, Nazario. I had so many in my team.
Yes. I totally understand.
Zidane, the best fullback I ever seen in entertainment, and my friend Roberto Carlos is out of this planet as well as a fullback. Zidane was the most elegant player I ever seen. It's like watching a ballerina, somebody dancing and playing at the same time. Well, as I said, Raúl, the most intelligent player and competitive player that you can find in a squad.
So many players.
I play with them,
yes.
But even against, I play against players, really Maldini as a defender. I think that generation with Milan, Inter, Juve, Rome, Lazio in Champions League, Valencia, Sevilla, Barcelona, Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man United, Chelsea, that generation, that decade of 1998, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, 6, that decade is special in individual names. I don't think right now you have all those names like in the past. Everywhere you play, like Lazio, Pavel Nedved, Nesta, Marcelo Salas, Bosic,
Veron,
Crespo, Veron, Fabali. Look at this team. Rome, Aldair, Cafu, Montella, Totti. I can tell you the 11 names, and it's unbelievable. Now, if you go into Italy, I don't know, maybe 3 names of each team. You know what I mean? It's not.
It's not like the past.
No, I don't think so. But anyway, there will be future. I think the financial crisis in 2008 made a big gap, and I think we are getting there. I think we are improving again.
Okay. Well, Mr. Salgado, it was an honor talking with you. I wish you all the best on your new role, and we'll have another conversation in future again. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Αυτά από την συνέντευξη πραγματικά δεν περιμέναμε, το είπα και πριν, να έχουμε αυτόν τον άνθρωπο στην Κύπρο που έγραψε ιστορία με τα χρώματα της Ρεάλ, έπαιξε εκεί 11 χρόνια, 250 συμμετοχές, 360 γενικά στην La Liga, στο Ισπανικό πρωτάθλημα, έπαιξε και στην Premier League, αλλά καταλαβαίνεις πόσο απλά είναι τα πράγματα στο ποδόσφαιρο με όλη αυτή την απλότητα την οποία μιλάει ο Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο. Ακούσαμε και απολαύσαμε πραγματικά τον τρόπο με τον οποίο μιλούσε και για τους συμπαίχτες του τότε, τον Φίκο και τον Ρονάλντο, μίλησε και για τον Μέση που ήταν αντίπαλοι, τους ξέρει όλους πάρα πολύ καλά, ήξερε φυσικά και μίλησε και για τον Ντέγκο Αρμάντο Μαραντόνα. Τι άλλο να πούμε, πραγματικά μένεις άφωνος και δεν θέλεις να τελειώσουν τέτοιες συνεντεύξεις.
Όλα όσα είπε πραγματικά ήταν απίστευτα και το γεγονός ότι ήξερε που ήρθε, πόσο πρόλαβε να αναλύσει την ομάδα της Πάφο για να δει κάποια πράγματα. Το γεγονός ότι έχει ως στόχο να φέρει στην ομάδα και νεαρούς ποδοσφαιριστές και τους έμπειρους που θα βγουν μπροστά στις δύσκολες στιγμές και να εμπνεύσουν τους νεότερους. Τώρα, όσον αφορά αυτά που είπε για το παρελθόν, σίγουρα ήταν μια άλλη εποχή και το δήλωσε ο ίδιος. Άλλες εποχές τότε, άλλες τώρα. Όταν έπαιζες ποδόσφαιρο στους δρόμους, όπως είπε, και ο Μαραντόνα ήταν πηγή έμπνευσης να φύγεις από τους δρόμους και να γίνεις επαγγελματίας ποδοσφαιριστής. Για τους συμπαίχτες του, ο Ζιτάν ήταν ο πιο κόψος παίχτης που δεν αγωνίζεται ποτέ. Μπορούσε να χορεύει, όπως είπε, και να αγωνίζεται την ίδια ώρα. Ο Ρονάλντο ήταν το φαινόμενο, όπως όλοι γνωρίζουν. Ένας άνθρωπος που έζησε τα πάντα στο ποδόσφαιρο, αγωνιζόμενος στη Ρεάλ Μαδρίτης με τους καλύτερους για τον ίδιο ποδοσφαιριστές στον κόσμο. Εγώ απόλαυσα τη συνέντευξη που μου έδωσε. Και σίγουρα είναι σημαντικό κεφάλαιο για την Πάφο.
Αγωνιούμε και εμείς όταν θα το δούμε κοντά. Σίγουρα θα το δούμε όταν πηγαίνουμε στο Στέλιος Κυριακίδης για τις μεταδόσεις των αγώνων της Πάφος FC, τα εντός έδρας της παιχνίδια. Αντρέα, θα σου πω και πάλι ότι ζήλεψα πραγματικά αυτή την συνέντευξη για την εμπειρία που είχες να μιλήσεις με αυτόν τον άνθρωπο, τον Μίτσελ Σαλγκάδο. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Ευχαριστούμε και εσάς, κυρίες και κύριοι, φίλοι συνδρομητές των καναλιών K-Born Sports. Ραντεβού την ερχόμενη Πέμπτη με την επόμενη μας εκπομπή χωρίς VAR.
Η εκπομπή ήταν μια χορηγία της Σαμπιάνκο Properties.